From going to jail for capital murder to now threatening to sue Adin Ross, Charleston White has blown up all over the internet. Making outlandish, bold, and mostly racist remarks on the internet, Charleston White has started to become a household name. However, by making this name for himself and the methods he uses to do so, many are wondering where and how this man keeps popping up everywhere they look. Where did he come from, and who is Charleston White? Well, the dubbed Michael Jordan of snitching actually started out being quite the opposite at a young age. White was affiliated with gang violence and gang activity at an early age, he claims, because of the lack of father figure in his life. With his dad being in the Navy and his mom being a household wife, this makes sense in premise, but with some of the actions Charleston displayed, some believe it is much more than just a father not being there. You see, Charleston White and his friends at the age of 14 went to a Foot Locker and tried to rob a set of athletic jackets. They made it out of the store, but not much further, with the late Michael Levy chasing and eventually catching up to them once they made it to the car. Michael Levy, a newlywed married man at the age of 35, saw these four teenagers shoplifting, and being the good Samaritan he was, decided to confront and stop them. Oh, and to top it off, he was white. And you may be wondering why this is important in this setting. While dating back to Charleston's childhood, he was always raised to not be affiliated or to have anything to do with white people in general. He says things like, "I was raised not to trust white people," and "I thought we robbed white people. I thought we broke into our white friends' houses."
I was taught, man, I was raised not to trust white people. Man, I was taught that. Man, all of my crimes prior to me joining the gang have always been predicated toward white people. I thought you rob white people. I thought, man, this is what we do. You snatch a white woman's purse. You don't snatch it. So this, you break in your white friends' houses. So this is what I thought. I grew up believing this, right? So I set out to be a racist kid, right? We fought Mexicans, we fought Asians, and we fought white folks.
So to Charleston, this was just another opportunity to get back at white people for what they had done to African American ancestors just some decades ago. Charleston's friend and fellow gang member decided to shoot Levy not before throwing out the clothes and jackets as well. Being the Crip member Charleston was, he was also charged with a crime by association and was facing capital murder for this. As heartbreaking as the situation all was, for a lost young boy, and especially for Mr. Levy, Charleston looked back and stated,
"And he shot and killed a white man. I laughed like a with an underdeveloped brain."
Although this situation initially had Charleston laughing, that wouldn't last much longer once he was actually set to go to the Giddings State School. The Giddings State School, a Texas Youth Council lockup, was where Charleston ended up spending the next 4 years of his life, from the age of 14 to his eventual birthday when he turned 18. However, Charleston claims that during that 4-year tenure at that Texas Youth Council lockup, he was considered the worst of the worst.
I was considered the worst of the worst. I had convinced these that I was this Crip. I put on the show down there. That's all I can say. Man, I convinced the state of Texas that I was one of the worst children that they had ever seen to come through their juvenile system. It was documented that if they had released me on my 18th birthday, I would have committed another murder.
While this may have all been fun and games to Charleston, the state of Texas did not take liking to this and actually set for him to be initiated as soon as possible to an adult federal prison, for him to serve out the remainder of his sentence. Surprisingly enough, Charleston claims that this was justified and that he thought it made sense for him to go to an adult federal prison for what he had done, but there were a few people who were not of the same mindset. But before we get into that, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and tell us how you feel about his story in the comments, as it helps us out immensely. Among the inmates at the Texas Youth Council lockup, there were some sort of correction officers who oversee each of the juvenile criminals and truly try to make a change in their lives. White claims that it was his group of correction officers who truly showed him that he did have the potential that they believed so truly he had. Ironically, the people who defended Charleston the most, even more than his own blood mother, were people that Charleston was raised to hate or states he resents. It was a group of 2 white women and 2 black men, each of which he had his own reasoning why he disliked them. Charleston was confused because all the things he had been taught growing up seemed to be changing before his eyes. We all know why he disliked white people, but his resentment for black men specifically might not be as obvious. Well, White states that because of the lack of presence of his father, he never trusted what a black man had to say to him. He states rather explicitly,
"I resented black men because I grew up without a father."
And so to Charleston, this was a remarkable revelation.
Here it is. Someone is believing in me when I didn't believe in a motherfucking thing.
But I couldn't help wonder, How did a story this wholesome lead to Charleston becoming internet famous and spewing some of the worst takes I may have ever seen? Well, after serving the rest of his sentence, Charleston was released at the age of 21 and had thought to be a whole new man, but that lack of maturity and education from being in the system since before high school started to rear its ugly head. At the time, he was a young 21-year-old, fresh out of jail, and had no idea how to get money and make a living for himself. So despite his newfound truth in himself he had just found, he resorted to drug trafficking and was actually caught in Oklahoma as he was trying to move 10 pounds of marijuana at once. Luckily for Charleston, he somehow wound up with a mistrial and was given a choice: either serve 6 months of prison boot camp or 5 years of deferred probation. White chose the latter and had his eyes set on turning his life around, hopefully for the last time. And at this point, it had really seemed he had turned over a new leaf. He went to Texas Wesleyan University in his home state and became a pre-law student majoring in criminal justice. He founded the HYPE outreach program for him to not only share his story, but to make a difference and inspire the youth who may be like him to make sure they don't follow in the same mistakes he made. Charleston's life was looking up, and he even claims,
I found my purpose and it's working with kids, sharing my story.
Things all seemed to be going up for Charleston, and they were, until he found out that he could start gaining popularity and spreading his message not only to his small community, but on the internet. He made his YouTube channel The Real Charleston White and began to post many videos. Now, whether it is stemming from his racist background, with his upbringing, or just simply wanting views and clicks, Charleston started to give incredibly controversial takes.
Be a gangbanger. Death to all Crips and Bloods. Death to all GDs and BDs. May they all die like King Von. May they all die like Drakeo the Ruler. May they all die like Nipsey Hussle in vain. Now go show what we got.
Nigga, fuck them motherfucking was right. Eradicate the world of these motherfucking Jews, nigga. And dump me up. Nigga nation. Ignorant nigga. We don't want no smart niggas. We don't want no working niggas. Ignorant nigga. Motherfuckers, they want content. I'm gonna get these bitches some Jew-hating content, nigga. Jew-hating content. Spit on the Jews, nigga. Insult they mamas. The Torah. Piss on the Torah, nigga. Fuck a Jew bitch till she scream, nigga, stop.
And multiple times he actually caught flack for it. This was mainly seen early on when he talked and demeaned the deaths of DMX as well as George Floyd. He stated,
I saw a man that didn't have the will to live when I seen George Floyd die.
The public did not take well to this, and he did catch immense backlash, but with this whole persona online starting to be predicated on outlandish takes, he still did have his core following. But what happened next catapulted his career to an even larger level. Adin Ross was planning on doing an in-real-life stream with fellow streamer XQC, and wanted to make sure the audience really enjoyed it. So to ensure this, he decided actually to contact Charleston and hire him as well. This was the perfect opportunity for Charleston. With him truly caring about money and popularity, he was hoping he could get a kick deal himself from the co-founder Adin Ross. I mean, this whole time he truly cared about the money. He told news article Revolt,
I'm trying to figure out how they're making trillions just off of us being on here. And we ain't getting a dollar. All these platforms monetizing, so I came to monetize.
And when thinking about it, this makes perfect sense, with the new deals being given out on Kick having hefty figures attached to them. Charleston saw this as an incredible opportunity, and frankly, a money grab. So he did the streams with Adin Ross, and in typical Charleston White fashion, there were many instances where he said something truly controversial. However, the first true problem that arose for Charleston was on the last day of the Las Vegas trip on Adin Ross's IRL streams. He was at the food cart with Adin Ross when Adin asked him about the infamous story where he sent a dick pic to the celebrity bandman Kevo. Charleston replied stating that it wasn't gay, and because he's against members of the LGBTQ+ community, he told Adin it wasn't gay and tried to explain over and over how it wasn't. But shortly after, Iziprime, Adin's friend, joined the mix and started to chip in. Charleston White did not like this and actually got even more defensive as it escalated even further.
Listen, this man was asking me a question. This man was, nigga, you gay, nigga. You into my dick though. But you into my dick though, gay ass nigga. Watch how you talking. Nigga, you watch out what you want. You gay nigga, gay ass nigga. You a nigga. Ass punk, nigga, yeah. Bitch ass nigga, you came and jumped in, nigga. You ain't gonna do that, nigga. What you gonna do then, nigga? What you gonna do then, nigga? What you gonna do?
You gonna get your knife?
I don't get no knife. I know what you do. And then I'm gonna throw the punch, nigga. Then I'm gonna, what you gonna do, bitch ass?
He got Mason, you wanna get close?
What?
With this being the last day of the IRL streams with Adin Ross, Charleston decided to leave and didn't look back. This enraged him. He felt like he was doing things he didn't want to do the whole time, and then for this to happen with Iziprime, Adin Ross's friend, he felt mad entirely at him.
No, man, I ain't go down there for that. I did, man. I'm just playing a character online, my nigga. I ain't really like that. I'm just playing a character online. Nah, man, ain't nothing in my background violent and hateful, man. I'm telling you, nah, ain't nothing in my. They trying to make me like, nah, man. They was sexually harassing me. They try to get them 2 white girls. Try to get me to have sex with them 2 white girls. They try to get me to have sex with them 2 white girls. Offer me money and things. They say, you give me $2,000, I'll take a picture with them 2 gay dudes. That's why I say, man, give me the $2,000, man. I'll tell you, man, I done go up there, I ain't got no money, man. I had to spend all my money that got me up there, man. I had to.
Charleston was so mad, in fact, that he decided to state publicly that he will be trying to sue Adin Ross.
We done made another discovery. I'm getting me a lawyer. I'm finna sue like a mother. I'm finna sue Adin's mother. I'm finna get the money now, y'all. I'm finna take it to court. They called the police on me, and somebody just sent me a video of Prime upstairs threatening me and saying, you lucky you got this mace on you because I know where you at. How would he know where I'm at? How would he know what room I'm in? Who would give him my location? Oh, we got him, y'all. Boy, we got him. Oh, we got him. Oh, that boy. They literally called the police on me. They said I was making, but I'm in character. This is why they booked me to come up here and play this character. He wanted me to be mean to the soldier boys. He wanted me to be hateful to the. This is why he booked me. To come up here and do what I'm doing that they call the police on me. But this guy is literally threatening me. Oh, shit, Adin. I think we got to get the lawyers involved. Oh, we got to get the lawyers involved, man. No, listen. I got the video right here. This boy up there threatening Charleston White, and his exact words is, I know where you are. You lucky on the dead homies. Oh, boy, I think them lawyers will take this case. Much money Adin Ross got, they'll take this. You lying to me? This man threatened me. And they called the police on me. And oh my goodness. Defamation of character. Defamation of character.
Is this it?
That's it right there. They give me a no trespassing charge. So I get a no trespassing charge.
Let me screen record it so they can.
The screen recorded. I get a no trespassing charge for somewhere I've been staying for 3 days filming content. Oh, hell. Oh, lawyer. Listen to it, y'all hear?
The man realized how much power he has his name.
Hold on, run it back.
You let me have 17 hours. And make sure, because I know where you at. Alright, now get a nice little back so funny as hell.
Say it again.
You let you got that make sure, because I know where you at. Alright.
Say it again. This is a Chicago thug. He's been throwing up gang signs. If you see him in the video, he was throwing up gang signs. So he's a known gang member. Hanging out with a multi-millionaire. He's not a streamer. I'm here on business. Let me paint a scenario for you. I'm booked for business. I got all the text messages saying, hey, none of the text messages talking about streaming other than one from Adin's manager, whomever. Adin is not texting me about streaming. He's talking to everybody about a streaming deal except me. So here it is. I'm flown from Texas to Las Vegas. Supposed to come to talk about a streaming deal. When I get to Las Vegas, I get picked up with cameras in my face and taken shopping so I can be humiliated and confronted by this Chicago gangster.
by the Chicago gangster, friends of a known serial killer according to the FBI's profile, according to the FBI's reports. King Von is a known serial killer. They have a reach to have people killed, and they do kill people, and they make songs about it. Adin puts me in the presence of this guy, unbeknownst to me. He sets up a meeting for me to meet somebody that's known to be with a serial killer to put me in a situation that could cause harm to my life. So when we go back and look at this video inside the mall, Your Honor, this guy approaches Charleston White. You notice Adin introduces Charleston but doesn't introduce the Chicago thug to Charleston. The Chicago thug begins to try to intimidate Charleston.
While this is crazy as it is, there were still many people online reminding the public why someone like Charleston White should never have been publicized in the first place. This leaves Charleston where he is today, still playing that same character and perpetuating that racist behavior that he had learned so many years ago. Going off track again from what seemed like an incredible overcoming story, it does leave you wondering, what would Charleston's life look like if he just stayed on track and kept securing and providing a good role model for his community, instead of chasing the bag and spreading hate speech? And with that, we thank you for watching and hope you could take a thing or two from Charleston on what not to do.